Well, welcome back, everybody. Thanks for tuning in and watching the one and only Cypress Sports Show, brought to you by Coach's Corner, your go-to spot before and after the game. I'm Jeff Russell here with Mark Slevcove. Today, we're going to welcome 1975 graduate and first touchdown scorer in football, Mike Broussley, to the program. We'll check in with Mr. Pfeiffer in our segment, Would You Rather? And we'll get an update on sports from last week. Coach, talking about last week, Saturday's football game, man, what a game. Jumped out, created the big lead with some turnovers, but man, they did not go away after halftime. They came roaring back and made it quite an exciting finish.
Yeah, it was definitely an exciting finish. We were up so much to start the game, everyone left. Yeah. Students were gone. They decided not to stick around and watch the end of the game that turned out to be a nail biter, and we're lucky to get away with a victory. So the boys did defeat Crean Lutheran 30-24 last Saturday night. Like you said, 24-0 lead to start the game. Quick pick six by Bruno Caldarella. We had a deep fumble in our territory, and then a great one-handed catch by Michael Hubbard all in the first half. Take a 24-0 lead. Crean Lutheran came storming back to tie the game 24-24 with a couple minutes left, before Aiden Houston led us to an 80-yard drive capped off by a Rocco Burdett touchdown with 40 seconds left to secure the victory. That moves us to 4-0. We got Tustin this week, who's 4-0, so the league championship is on the line this Friday night at Tustin. The girls' flag football team had an exciting game Monday night, an upset win, 14-13 over Crean Lutheran. The girls are now 7-2 in league, one game behind Crean, with one game left to play on Wednesday before they finish up with the LA Chargers culminating tournament Friday and Saturday. You know who Crean plays on Wednesday? Coach Clark and Kennedy. So we'll be rooting for Kennedy to win. The one time Cypress is rooting for Kennedy to win.
We're going to root for Coach Clark to do well.
We're rooting for Kennedy. We want Kennedy flag football to win, us to win, and then we can get a share of the league title.
I root for all district schools, Coach. I don't have a favorite. I root for them all. But I really like Coach Crooks.
They're playing Crean Lutheran, so you can root for Kennedy. Of course, yes, you're rooting for Kennedy.
Yes, good point. Good point.
All right, girls volleyball lost to Dana Hills in the first round of the Division III CIF playoffs last Wednesday to end their season. The girls gave it all they had, but came up a little bit short at Dana. Boys water polo team lost to Crean Lutheran last week in their Empire League game 17-6. They also played in the Garden Grove tournament on Friday and Saturday. Girls tennis finished up the league season, the dual season, going 9-1, sharing a league title with Crean Lutheran. This week, they're playing in the league finals Thursday and Friday, which determines which individual qualifiers go on to CIF. The team will participate in CIF duels beginning next week on what should be Wednesday. And in girls golf, we had 3 girls participate in the CIF individual regionals on Monday, and all 3 girls placed in the top 20 to advance to CIF individual finals that take place next Thursday. So congrats to Catherine Gerbing, Tanya Maheshwari, and Brooke Sato for advancing. And finally, cross country, they continue to train. They don't have anything this week, but next Tuesday they have the Empire League finals at Craig Park.
Yeah, again, a lot of stuff going on. That football game on Friday, going to be big. So you definitely need to get out there and support those guys. And with that said, let's check in with Coach Crooks and see what we should expect on Friday against Tustin.
All right, we're here with Coach Crooks, the week of the Tustin game. Both teams sitting at 4-0, playing for a league championship Friday night after the Centurions' 30-24 victory over Crean Lutheran last Saturday night. Coach, we had momentum in the first half, up 24-0, and then Mr. Momentum completely changed teams throughout the second half. How did we overcome that and come away with the victory Saturday night?
Yeah, we started off great, had a pick six on defense, another turnover, so positive in that aspect of it. And then we kind of shot ourselves in the foot towards the end of the half by getting a couple personal fouls, which ended up probably giving them 45 yards of free yardage, and it kind of hurt us, and they ended up scoring. Guys just had, busting coverage and for the other scores and not doing their assignments and stuff. And then, we just kind of shot ourselves foot moving the ball. So, just kind of put ourselves in bad situations. But the good thing is we overcome it. We showed a lot of resilience and had a good 80-yard drive to seal the game and to put it away and come away with the victory on our senior night. So that was important for us to get a win for our seniors for everything they've done for us. But those mistakes we got to fix up, but it also shows a lot of things that we have going on forward and facing adversity and overcoming those. So it won't be a surprise to us.
All right, so this Friday night, we're taking on Tustin. Both teams 4-0. The winner of this game takes home an outright league championship for the Empire League. It could be the Centurions' 5th in a row if we come away with that. What would that mean to the coaches, the program, the seniors that have been with us for 4 years?
It means a lot. I mean, we have last year we did 4 in a row, and we haven't done it in school history. So we'll just keep it establishing, things that we haven't done and momentum. And the seniors, to put them out with a league Empire League championship would be huge for them. And then to settle it with not even having Empire around. So I mean, just to make sure that the final say of the Empire League, whenever we get these new re-leagues and stuff in the fall of next year, I mean, just say that we won 5 in a row and then Empire League's completely done is special, and we're looking forward to that.
All right, so how do we stop Tustin Friday night? They put up a lot of yards on the ground. What are going to be the keys to a victory?
Well, they got a lot of weapons. I mean, they're basically last chance U. So they went out and got a lot of guys in the summer. They probably got 8 or 9 guys transfers and stuff. They got a lot of weapons to throw. They got a quarterback that can throw. They got a running back that's a stud who can run downhill and everything. And it's just basically just reading our keys and doing everything we need to be and make sure we don't have any busted coverages, because any one of their receivers can score at will. Their running back can take it. They're a good team. Coach Lopez is doing a great job this year. They're undefeated, and it shows. They have a great defense, young kids on that side of the ball. But I mean, it's going to be a battle, and we're looking forward to it.
Very good. All right, Coach. Well, good luck Friday night. We hope the Centurions come home with the league title.
Thank you.
All right, well, thanks, Coach Crooks. We are totally looking forward to that league championship game Friday night at Tustin. Again, everybody get out there, be a part of that action, be a part of history, and watching Cypress take on that Tustin Tillers team for the championship. All right, it is time to check in with Mr. Sean Pfeiffer in our Subs and Grubs segment. Would you rather? Sean, what is our topic this week?
Halloween is coming up, right? So, gentlemen, do you like scary movies? Do you like being scared?
No.
No, not at all.
I like comedies.
You like comedies?
Yeah, not scary.
Rom-coms.
Yeah.
Romantic comedies. That's it. You guys go eat the popcorn, right?
Of course.
Enjoy your...
We share it together.
That's awesome. So this week we were asking kids and staff members, would you rather go to Halloween Haunt, right? It's a big deal over here, right? Would you rather go there as a guest and be scared all night where they're jumping at you, sliding across the concrete, sparks coming out of their fingers, dripping ghoul, nasty? Or would you rather be dressed up, scaring people all night long? So we got some great answers. Tried to get a few scares in there, didn't work out that well, and things went off the rails this week, right, Slev?
Oh yeah.
Things go off the rails with you? Come on, there's no
People
way.
were rejecting to even respond. We had somebody reverse the roles. It was crazy. Check it out. All right, Cypress High School, we're here with Piper. Here with Baldonado, pick 6 last week. Check it out. Mr. Hurtado, Miss Vaughn, counselor extraordinaire. Krebs, Costanza, Bruno, football. Mr. Steiner, former Knott's Berry Farm employee. Would you rather be a Knott's Scary Farm being scared, screaming all night? Or would you rather be one of the monsters all dressed up scaring people to death?
I would rather be scared because I don't want to look ugly. I'm not a scary farm.
That is interesting.
Definitely be the scared.
Why?
I'd want to be a monster.
Why?
Yeah.
You evil man.
I think it'd be funny.
Yeah? Don't look behind you. No, I'm just kidding.
I went last weekend and there's guys they had knee pads on, they would slide on the floor. I thought that was so cool. I was like, I would love to do that.
Did you see the guys with the sparks too?
Yeah.
That's crazy,
That's
right?
so cool.
I agree.
You agree?
I'd be scared, yeah.
You guys are crazy. You just want to harm people.
Well, what would you rather?
You're scared.
See?
I would rather be neither one. I'm afraid of clowns and other ghoulish things, so
No, you don't even want to be dressed up as a clown?
no.
Chasing Carrie Bonds around?
No.
Well, I don't have that much further to go to scare people with this face, so I guess I'm close enough to scare people, so I'd rather do that.
What creature are you going to dress up as? Is it going to be ghoulish? Is it going to be scary? Is it going to be a clown and Miss Vaughn will be screaming?
Maybe like a wolf man, like halfway there.
Give us your best Wolfman howl.
No.
Probably the monsters.
What? What's with this football? Why?
I don't want to be scared.
You don't like being scared.
I want to be the scarer.
You want to be the scarer, not the scary.
In the park, just on the rides.
No, but I'm talking scary. It's Halloween week, right? Do you want to scare people or do you want to be scared?
Be scared, I guess.
Really?
Yeah, I guess be scared. I have no idea what I'm doing. Cut this out.
All right, well, thanks, Mr. Pfeiffer. We do love a good Would You Rather segment. You bring it every week, and we appreciate it. Today, we could not be more excited to welcome Cypress High School's first touchdown scorer in football, Mike Broussley, to the program. Thank you for being here. Appreciate
Well,
it.
thanks for inviting me.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to this.
Awesome. Well, I know you were a part of our 50th anniversary, and you did some talk when you were here for that. The first time you came back on campus, probably for that interview, maybe earlier, what were the major differences between 1975 when you graduated and coming back now on campus?
I'd say come back now on campus, the other gym that's here, all the fences that are around. I think we only had a couple, and I'm not sure why they were there anyway. But I think that, and just how many students it seems like that are here. And that's probably because for us, we were only 3 years, sophomore, junior, senior. You got the freshmen, although I've been here in the past as a substitute teacher many years ago. But it just seems like just a lot of students here.
Do you remember what was there where that gym, the new practice gym is now? Do you remember?
Probably basketball courts or
They
something.
didn't have the handball courts yet? Probably
I
not.
don't-
The handball courts had to be
I don't-
Had to
original.
be later?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't recall. I know we had some, but I don't know if they were.
No, I
Yeah,
heard.
yeah.
I did hear an interesting fact in that video. I'm a graduate as well. I never knew that this was a hill and that we used to
Yeah,
have
well, I just
motorcycles
live on
and
the other side of the grass back
Yeah.
there beyond Oakno Park, and we'd come up, we played at Oakno Park, and this was just a hill, and then of course Cypress is here now, but yeah, we would play out in that field. Oakno Park was a great place for us growing up. This was all open here. Morris Elementary over on the other side. You had a little cow farm there. Albertsons wasn't here. Kathy probably knows a lot too as to
Sure.
what was open. But yeah, it was open area. Yeah.
Nice.
And you're still waiting for the 91 to be built at the time.
Oh, wow.
You had to go to Pop Warner practice over in Buena Park. You just took where the 91 is now. There was a side street that took you around to get to where you needed, and so it was all new around here.
So you mentioned you grew up just on Graham Street
Yes.
there. Brothers, sisters, you guys were athletic, football family, participated in all the sports in Cypress?
We did from wee lads, and my sister didn't, but 3 boys did. I'm the oldest. There's Bruce, that's class of 77, and then my brother Jeff, I think he graduated 81, and we all play football or baseball, with that. So yeah.
Cypress has always been described as like a small town feel in a little bit of a bigger city. What's kind of the charm about the city of Cypress from the 70s through the 80s to now?
I think it was looked at as a bedroom type of community, but through the years they've added more industry and such. But it still has a feel of just a residential, family type of atmosphere, and I think that's why Cypress has got a lot of loyal students that have come back to the school to teach here or to live. I mean, I can't believe how many of my former classmates still live in the general area. I figure most of us have left and then come back.
Yeah. Are you still connected to classmates then, or you still have a connection to the city of Cypress currently?
Yes. Mom still lives in the area. I've moved back to the area. The nice thing about reunions is reconnecting with your old friends that you've known since elementary school or junior high school. And it doesn't matter what year you graduate, you're always excited to see those old friends. Maybe you haven't seen them since high school, or it's been 20 years or something. And I find it's a close-knit community, like you said, just in a big city type of situation.
And one fondest memory, one thing that sticks out the most as a child or as a high school student. I know we're going to get to the first touchdown, but is there anything else that just right to the top of your head? Favorite spot to go, favorite place, favorite memory?
Growing up, it was hanging out with my friends, going over to Morris Elementary, and we played touch football. And it was that some of the dads would play with us too. Of course, we look at them, they're old guys, but dang, they can keep up with me. I was pretty fast, and same with my friends, and these old guys were keeping up with us. Now we know, they weren't so old.
Right.
They're in their mid to late 30s at the time. But I think that's one of my fondest memories, is just hanging out with the friends and playing football, or in front of the house, wiffle ball, coming up to Oak Knoll Park and playing over the line or something like that. And I think that's what made this area really nice. We had enough places we could go to, enough elementary schools that I think everybody had an opportunity to do that. I don't think they can now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Everything's fenced off now.
Yeah.
I got the same memories growing up in Cypress, playing wiffle ball in front of the house, going to the park and playing football with the guys and all that. Super fun stuff.
Oh, for sure.
So Mark and I both graduated here, both played sports at Cypress. Neither one of us are first at something. I know Mr. Pfeiffer was a graduate. I don't think he was first at anything either.
He might have been the first to date his sister. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know.
First?
I'd have to ask my sister.
We'll have to find that out. That's a whole nother one, yeah. But we don't have any first, and you are, one of the biggest reasons you're here on the sports show is you are the first official football touchdown scorer in Cypress history, which is actually super cool. It's a cool thing that you scored the first touchdown. We're told that was in 1973. You were a junior at that time?
Yes.
And at that time, we played in our first game San Clemente, right?
It's correct.
And then how were
and
they?
I'm sorry, Laguna Beach.
Laguna Beach.
Yeah.
How were they?
They were good. I believe if I recall, the year before, they were a real good team. And then they had a lineman who was, preseason. Yeah, he's supposed to be some really good lineman. The picture that you see there, he's the one that's reaching out, trying to make the tackle there. But I'm not sure what the coaches thought, if we had a chance or just to be competitive. Because sometimes you win by being competitive, not necessarily on the score.
Right.
And
so I'll take it the score didn't come out that we won.
No. It was,
we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
No, we didn't.
So I do know it was a run play, correct?
Correct.
Do you remember the play? Do you remember the call? It wasn't just handed off.
Yeah.
What was the call?
It was 42 power. It was I formation, 42 power. And it was a good play.
Shout out to anybody who made a good block on the way to it.
Oh boy, Brent Owens, our quarterback. Martin Amos at center. I'm trying to remember some of the other guys are there. Maybe Dave Gonzalez, Steve Potter, Don Delahunt, I think may have been our tight end there. I'm trying to remember some of those. I hadn't thought about it.
So at the time, you knew, obviously, you were the first touchdown scorer. Did you lose your mind? Did you take the helmet off, just throw it?
No,
take your shirt off,
I
run
didn't
off the
think
field,
that. I didn't think that. As that's first time. My thought as I'm going in is, do I stand up or do I dive in? And I decide I'm going to dive. I want to make sure I don't get knocked out of the end zone. And so I dove in the end zone.
How long of a run was it?
3-4 yards, so it wasn't a long.
42 power, short yardage situation.
I formation, which pretty much is
block
never
down,
used
kick
anymore.
out. You got fullback kicking out, and you get the flow of the linebackers and everybody, and the back is cutting back.
I'm not sure Coach Feldman even knows what that is anymore. I haven't seen an I formation from our team.
Let's spread it out.
Yeah, I don't think anybody really ever does that. I don't think anybody
Time.
does. But it's just you get the flow, and your thought is cutting back. Anytime you get it's cutting back, and
So you were running back and you play on the defensive end as well?
I did not.
No
They
defense?
realized that I am not a safety.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tried it, but it was like back to the offense, you go.
Before the season started, I think they realized he's not our guy. No, I can run with the ball, hit me all you want, but I wasn't one to come up to make the tackle.
Yeah.
But it's weird thinking is that as a running back, I'll run you over.
Yeah.
But if I was trying to tackle you, it's like,
Okay,
I'll do my best, So, yeah.
So you got to play 2 years varsity football, the first 2 years of varsity football at Cypress High. That experience as a whole, playing for Cypress football, was like what? Starting the school off and besides scoring the first touchdown?
I loved football, so I didn't think about some of the other things that maybe some of my friends did, because after our junior year, quite a few did not return for their senior year. And they had their own reasons why. For me, I just loved playing, and so I continued on. So we had a bunch of new guys come in our senior year, but I do remember the spring training for the first years at Cypress College. So we worked out there, Oakdale Park, during the season. Practices in those days were probably more physical than they are now. And I was never a morning person, so if they wanted to, like before the season, that 2 days, 3 days, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock in the morning, my body just doesn't want to do anything. And it still doesn't. But yeah, for me, good memories, because I had a good time.
What was the competition like between Cypress and Western at the time? Because a lot of those kids came over from Western to Cypress. Did we play them? No,
we did not play them at all. I don't know when the first time Western and Cypress played. But as to all of us coming together as a group, I'm sure there were the little cliques because they already knew each other. And that's just generally on campus. But on the team, I don't think we had that. But we had, I know a few running backs, the Don Onimus, myself, Tony Landry. That when it went to our senior year, we had Mike Charles added, Keith Henry, Bill Onimus. So you had the two brothers there. So there was some competition there. And it almost seemed like we got rotated who was playing a lot and not. And but yeah, I have fond memories.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I know people say, I'm sure, at least now, I'm sure it was that way. Like, football drives the bus at school, so I'm sure, like, you start off the year back then, your first years, there had to be some general excitement with football games and going to games and attending games and all that. So with that. And then after the games, where did you guys go and hang out? What was the hangout spot after?
Good question. I'm sure there was a few different spots. Most of us, at least in my group, we went over to Barrow's Pizza, where Dominic's is over there. Yeah. It was Barrow's Lamppost Pizza through the time. We went over there.
The old Coach's Corner.
That's it.
We have a new one now. Coach's Corner is the spot of the day.
Yeah.
You know where the spot was in the 90s, right? Directly after the game, though, everyone came back to the parking lot.
Yeah.
And hung out in the parking lot. As the team came back, you hung out there, and then you figured out where you would go. I don't think that happens anymore.
That was a little bit in the 80s, and a lot of times then you'd go over to the donut shop, which is now Starbucks. DK's Donuts.
DK's, yes.
Hang out after the game, or McDonald's, get some food.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot of the post-game stuff other than I could be thinking after high school we went over there.
Sure.
You have to go to the games, but yeah, because it was still growing around here. So whether or not, I don't remember if we had a place to go to or not.
Right. So athletics and sports in high school, it's a big character builder. Kids their character gets revealed. They got discipline, right? A lot of things get tested. How did athletics help you in high school and beyond in your career, in your experience?
I think what the athletics did is help, put in me, instill in me not to quit. I may make mistakes right and left, but I'm going to keep after it until I get it right. For me, it got me ready because I ended up being a coach later on. Saving game plans and things like that from junior high and high school, and didn't use them when I was older, but I must have always known I was going to be a coach. I don't do that now, but I think what it did was just kind of help me prepare in a sense of just having a game plan and approaching things in that respect.
Very cool. Well, hey, we're at the point of the program where we're going to do some fast action questions.
All right.
We're going to fire out some questions. Whatever comes to your mind, don't overthink it.
Okay, all right.
Answer. Are you sure you're ready?
Yep.
All right.
All right.
Favorite high school kind of fast food place that you would eat at?
Oh, Jack in the Box.
Jack in the Box.
Where the Taco Bell is now.
That used to be Jack in the Box.
Yes.
Did not know that. I know Taco Bell did used to be down the
Over on
street.
Ball.
Yes.
Ball.
Yeah, and then now there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Jack in the Box. Very cool. Favorite teacher when you were at Cypress?
Oh, good one. I've got to go back to, wow, there's so many good ones. I'm going to say Mr. Barnes again, just like in football, because I was a TA for him, and I also had a history class with him. And it was, that was fun. I know there was others, so please forgive me. Okay.
What is a subject they had back in the day when you went here that they probably don't have anymore?
Well, I guess they do have a television class. Let's see here. Oh, auto shop. Auto shop for sure. Yeah, because we had a class that was just for individuals like me that didn't know much, but you also had the auto shop that the guys got in there and they worked on stuff.
Yeah, we need to bring those things back.
For sure.
Do you remember the homecoming queen?
We didn't have one.
Didn't have a homecoming?
No, because we didn't have a graduation class.
Even the senior year? No.
The senior year, it was a formal, and I think it was Martha Foster. I think.
Trick question.
Another thing I didn't know.
Yeah, because we didn't have a graduation class. So it was, But the formal, and I guess they did, but I was playing, so I didn't always know who won or didn't.
Who was your favorite cheerleader?
Oh, dang.
There's only one answer. Don't make a mistake. There's only one answer.
She's watching.
Here.
Oh, I'll go back to the young one, Sandra Norwood.
Oh, that's the wrong answer.
Sorry, Kathy.
Kathy, we're sorry.
Oh, sorry, Kathy.
Not the favorite. Oh, man, I thought that was a slam.
Well, she was back in junior high at the time.
If it wasn't
my wife now.
There you go.
Yes,
that is
the correct answer. Forget what we said.
Yeah.
That's the answer. If it wasn't coffee before school, what was your drink of choice when you were on your way to school? You said you're not a morning person. You're tired. What do you drink?
Okay.
I mean, nowadays they have so many choices, bobas and coffees and yada yada. I didn't do all that. What did you?
Nothing. I was lucky to be here on time. It was, walk across the field and that was wet, and I didn't think about breakfast. It was just it.
Did you have a car in high school? If so, what was it?
For a graduation present, my dad got me a 65 289 fastback Mustang.
Oh. Do you wish you still had that today?
Yes.
Yes.
I sold it 7 years later.
Oh, man.
But yeah.
All right, football question.
All
We're
right.
coming to the end. Score a touchdown. Do we go for 2 to win or 1 to tie?
It depends on the time of the game. If it's early on, I always go for 2. But I'll kick it if it's to continue that game.
All right.
Yeah.
One piece of advice for the seniors on campus now from a guy from a couple years ago. What would be the one piece of advice you would give our seniors at Cypress?
Coach, from year one. Literally year one.
Year one.
Elijah Gomez would say, year one.
Yeah, that's true. What do you
Year
got?
one.
What is the
The advice for enjoy your life. Make it something that, find something that you love and be the best at it. You may not be the best, but be the best that you can be at whatever you choose to do.
I love it. Nothing more to say than that right there. Well, hey, thank you,
Well,
Mike.
thank you for having me.
Appreciate you very
Thank
much
you.
for being
Appreciate
here.
it. Thank you.
Thanks for stopping in. Thanks to our sponsors, Subs and Grubs and Coaches Corners. We appreciate you guys and what you do for our students here. Make sure you guys get out and support them like they support us. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you all next week.